that I'll say what everyone says, we've done fairly well. We've not been the best around the world, but we've done fairly well in terms of certain tenants we've done very well, unless we are still lacking behind when it comes to fair elections. I think that's fair if they state we do have a 100% electoral system, but there's general confidence in past elections. So that we've done quite well, and we've done quite well also on the responsiveness of government. It's not just again, it's not the best at going forward. Let's increase year as where we get to the issue. I think where we have general problems around here is government effectiveness. That's where I think that we are lagging behind really, because when it comes to how efficient government is around here, it's not the best. Largely, a lot of taxpayers do not think that their taxes are linked to good uses. They don't think that those in charge of managing our national pets are doing a very good job. They think that a lot of money is going where they should not go to, that a lot of bad people are in positions that are supposed to be. So when it comes to the general effectiveness of our government, we are still taking baby steps there. When it comes to competence of using government, on paper and book, generally, even in our civil service, we have fairly competent people who are bootstrapped and show, but something in our government offices does not work. So that one, when it comes to competencies, on the face of it, some are very competent, but something in the office hinders them. Maybe bureaucracy, maybe the general setup of our governments make very competent people sometimes unable to put out their best.
59 years of independence, and at a time that technology penetration and adoption in the country is moving very fast. Talk about the use of mobile phones, talk about internet, 4G, and the like. But putting that in the context of assessing post-independence progress, from a research background, I sometimes get troubled when we are judging a 59-year-old nation. Because many people loosely compare that to the life of a human being. I mean, 60, you should be nearing pensions, and that means that you should have done a whole lot. And this is a very popular mindset that dominating radio discussions. That is difficult to do because you have to first understand the context of our assessment coming from a past of slave trade and colonial history. All of those left scars that we are still trying to deal with. But for me personally, it's not about time, about the quantitative measure of how long it's taking us. I'm concerned about the direction. Do we even have a collective vision as a nation? That is something we are still trying to couch for ourselves. So the 59 years of independence, we've spent that time on a lot of things, but we've still not defined for ourselves what we really want to see done. And this is where I think technology comes in very much, because it helps a lot of people to now participate and contribute to sharing that vision, and also helps to now get individuals connecting to each other, and that's also another way of defining that collective vision as we come together. So the topic couldn't have come at a better time, but the assessment should be done in the proper context.
I believe if we really should educate from the peasant, we'll become confident, and we'll stop turning our ladies to be arrogant. I just don't like it when a lady's voice is out and you see colleagues say she's arrogant. And it's happening. It's all over. We have people who are well-learned accusing our ladies of being arrogant.
There's a lot that we can do. So for us, social media, besides mobilizing for events and all of that, it's also useful for sensitization. Right? Our spirits have been dulled. We have been made to believe that there's nothing we can do until we wake up that giant that lives in all of us as citizens. There's not much we can do. So that in itself is not a solution, but it's a way towards the solution for us.
The government are able to grow social media because you are not the critical mass. When your votes make no difference. Besides, they are matching the dissenting voices to the approving voices. Almost good for both on social media. Like every 100 who are bashing government, there's another 100 who are supporting government. So like I'm suggesting why are the lower classes left out? Why are if you take the economic definition of middle class, the Makula woman is almost upper class. Yeah, she's almost upper class. We've left them in the market to fall for every other thing that is going on because of education. And then we are fighting a lost battle on social media. And I'm asking what the citizens are not doing for these people who are left out as because probably they did not go to school, now because probably they fell through the cracks of education.
Revive that sense of consciousness and fight the apathy is for us here to be so conscious of the fact that our political leaders and the decisions they make influence our daily lives. So much that we are able to talk to our relatives who have never been to school. And it has to be a daily thing. It has to be something that is, we can't leave that to civil society. It's not fair if we expect that just civil society should do it. Our churches should be doing it. I mean, I've noticed that some priests have started being very vocal. Yes, because we are all suffering. So why do we think that we should leave, talking about the problem to a certain group? It should be civil society. It should be the opposition parties. No, they don't care about you. Frankly, they don't care about you. So it has to be you and I. So for us, that is why we are adamant. We are adamant, and then we want to always look at the middle class first. Yeah, because if we drag you out, we've dragged your family out.
The middle class and why you are not able to mobilize more of that middle class, for instance. My observation is that exactly what you said. We have been too polarized between you are against me, you are against me, that means you are for this other party. And it has gone to an extent that nobody would want to join a genuine movement because we don't know whether you are for them or for this other group. And I think that is very true. And if you can think of a way to actually sell yourself as a neutral, real civil society that wants to move forward with everybody, I think it would be, I would love it. Like what I already said, you heard about the people power in the Philippines. That was a very spontaneous move because we have believed in the middle class who led it. Not just middle class went there, poor people, urban people went there, but they are organized already. Okay, so the earlier you can, dissipate that image, the better. Just quickly, one example of such a pathetic attitude of our NGO. I will not name organization.
Allow them to be active. Let's wait after the election. What will we do after the election? They go quite hard. See?
Which tells you there are political leanings.
So it's usually funding. It's usually funding because they are not getting money. They want money. So we can't close our eyes to funding. And if you and I are not willing to put our hands into our pockets and bring something small, we're just going to keep talking and things will just keep going on the way they are.
You're one of one of the MCs of one of the events at Kaiser King last year. We said, my problem is this: the corruption we are talking about is down there. We are somewhat concentrating on Ameris, scandal, the branding, the past branding. But we all attest to the fact that when you should go through our educational system, I'll start from the basics. I too also appear share an experience with me that the reason he lost the opportunity to be the senior prefect of PSEC during his year was he couldn't pay his students. That was
To pay who? Yes. We were actually responsible for the amendment of the immigration law that allows for permanent residency for foreigners to be here long and for us married Ghanaians. Plus other laws to get into it. We did not Greece. We talked to them, yes, we had a dinner for everybody. But that is just at one point. But we went there to the parliament. We talked to them, we heard the bill being read. No, we did not spend. That I will not say that's recent. I will say that's lobbying. If you go through a personal lobbying, that's part of it. But we don't give them envelopes. We never did. So there is something about our approach.
How long is this? Probably after you give it to them, we go to World Bank or IMF. Yes, and then the funding comes from there. I think that's from, I think the smoking bill was sponsored by WHO. It was never going to listen to them.
Yeah, of course, yes. It's something like this, there will be other lobbyists.
Yes, Danida will have to come in and say, okay, we don't like the way women are going to get in Ghana. So we make this one. And then if you don't, you are going to hold on to 40% of this issue. And then they stress government to the point is, okay, fine. Parliamentarians have 2 weeks, let's parliament to go so that nobody can come in for us.
But this is exactly what civil society needs to do. To expose, you will never get rid of lobbying. That's why we are in this state, because we allow the more powerful one. I mean, you have this information, you are lucky. We just don't know what's happening in the higher ups, so we just meet this price of gold and that. We really are missing. We are missing.
And I also want to pick on the religion
from class 1. To tell you, if somebody earns below what he's supposed to earn and he's driving a Range Rover, this should tell you that guy is corrupt. Report him to the nearest office. You understand? Including the pastor. The amazing thing is the pastor is not supposed to work, but he lives the most lavish lifestyle. So the point is, it's a matter of reorientation. If somebody in class 1 is told, don't litter the streets. In fact, recycling is the biggest story now. So separate your waste, put plastic here, put this thing there. The guy will go to be like our parents who spend time in churches and still will separate his waste. It's a matter of reorientation. We had a whole ministry job of reorientation, and the only thing they did was put stickers on the last class. It's a matter of us getting a whole new curriculum in our schools from class 1. Somebody must push it. That's why we have the CSOs, you understand? So in class 1, you are not just reading maths and science, you are reading about how to love your country. I met a friend in the UK. This guy was sent to Iraq through an explosion. He has lost his left ear and he's been taken out of the army. And the guy still wants to go back to the army because he thinks it's worth it to die for Britain. How many of us will be proud to